私のチャンネルようこそ。今日かから5まで教えましょう。So, what I'm going to teach you from now on will generally have about two pronunciations. One is the regular pronunciation, and then there'll be a Dakten pronunciation that will change the sound. But it's super easy to do. You'll get the hang of it really quick, and we'll be just busting right through these hiragana characters. So Ka is a character that people will do the stroke order incorrectly, and so I'm going to show you the correct stroke order for Ka. As long as your character is recognizable, most people don't care. But for the sake of learning the correct stroke order, I'm going to show you the correct way to do it. And so you start off with kind of a curve and a hook at the end, right? You want to make sure you get this hook here. And then you're going to bring a vertical kind of J shape right there. And give it a little ear. Ka. Alright, one more time. Moichido. Come across and give it a little bit of a curve. The ear at the end, this nice little tag. And then come down in a J shape. Ear on the end. Ka. Ka. Tsugi. Ki. Ki is really neat because it looks like a skeleton key. If you've ever seen one of those old school skeleton keys, this is what it looks like. So it's pretty easy to remember. So you've got two diagonal lines, and because I am writing on the wall, it's a little difficult for me. I apologize. But they are kind of diagonal shaped. You've got two of them just like that. And you're going to bring a line down, give it a hook, and a nice swoop at the bottom. This is Ki. Now, interestingly, Ki, depending on the font of your website, or you know how we have Sans and Times New Roman and Calibri and Comic Sans. Well, Japanese also has a bunch of fonts, and sometimes you might see Ki written like this. It is not incorrect to write Ki like this, but I don't recommend that you start off writing Ki like that, because you're going to have the character Sa, which looks very similar. It just has one instead of two. And when you give it the fancy font, this is connected and you can easily mix them up. So I recommend that when you're first learning the characters, to give them the very skeleton look of this Ki. So, moichido, Ki. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ki. Okay? Now remember that your Ki is always going, these lines are always pointing downward. Because when you do the character Chi, it's going to look like this. And you want to keep the loop for Chi, but we'll talk about that in other lessons. But again, it can look very close to Sa, depending on the font. So you want to be really careful of that when you're first learning. And Chi gets to keep it, but make sure that, you know, because Chi's character goes across like this. And it's very horizontal in shape, whereas Sa's, it's pointed down at more of a diagonal, and Ki is down at a diagonal, and it gets two because skeleton keys kind of like look like this, right? So Ki, right? So that's just something to keep in mind. This really got gunky, so I'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, Ki. Ki. Next we have Ku, And ku's really simple because ku looks like a cuckoo bird's mouth. So it's just one stroke, one, and cuckoo. Ku. Ku. It's like that math symbol where you know, like this is 6 and this is 12, and you always go for the bigger number, greater than and less than sign. Same kind of stroke. So ku is real easy to remember. Still, ku. Ku. Next is ke. And ke kind of looks like a stick man with a cane, right? So here's the cane, and it's got a hook on the end of it. And here's the man who needs the cane, and his body is kind of at a curve. So when you write it, you want to make sure that you kind of give it a little bit of a swooping shape. This is ke. Moichido, ke. Ke. And next is ko. And ko is really cool because it looks like a coin and it sounds like a coin. So ko. Now, see, this is where it's important. Remember E looks like this, and the lines go this way for E. Well, the ko, the lines go the same direction as if you're holding a coin in your hand. This is ko. So it should look like a circle. You know, you just connect here and here. You've got a coin, right? So it's very similar to E, which is why you have to be real careful. But it's pretty, I think it's pretty simple to remember that ko is coin, and E looks like two eyes standing up. So, you know, just use whatever works for you while you're learning the language. All right, so I've taught you ka through ko. Now let's do ga through go. It's really simple. You'll be surprised. So ga, come around with that curve in the hook, and come down with that kind of J shape here, and a line over here. This looks like ka, really suspiciously, right? Yeah, ka. But we need it to be ga, so we add dakten, which are two little lines up here in the corner, and now the sound changes to ga. Ga. Moichido, ga. Curve, hook, J shape, ear, dakten. Ga. Ooh, she can't see those. Ga. Ga. All right, so next is ki, and if the dakten changes it to ga, and the character is ki, then that means that the character changes to gi. So same strokes, 1, 2 at the diagonal, 3, come down, 4, we have ki, right, ki, and we add the dakten off to the side, and this becomes gi. Moichido. Gi. Gi. Oh, you gotta add those there. Gi. Gi. So if all of the K sounds change to a G sound, ku is next, and it becomes, hi, gu. With the cuckoo bird's mouth, this is ku, right? But we add the dakten here, and this becomes gu. Gu. Moichido. Gu. Alright, tsugi. Ge. Right, because it's ke, and we've got the G sound with this dakten, so that makes this ge. So we've got the man with the cane. Ge. Okay. And his name is Gary, right? Ge. So add the dakten, ge. Ge. もう一度書きます。Down, hook, over for the arms, diagonal shaped, kind of a J shape again for the body. Add 2 lines over here and you get ge. Ge. Right, sugi, go. Go. Because it's ko, so it becomes go. So we draw kind of the coin shape again, add the dakten, and we get go. Go. Ichido kakimasu. Go. Go. Go.
Let's practice pronunciation. 発音の練習しましょう。か。か。き。き。く。く。け。け。こ。こ。が。が。ぎ。ぎ。ぐ。ぐ。げ。げ。 go, go.
So you've just finished ka through ko and ga through go. You're well on your way to being able to read hiragana. And 次回、さからそうまでもざからそうまで教えましょう。